Hello, I'm back. Gonna get to the role quest. Finally, I have 2 tanks at level 89, so it's time to get started on those. We'll see. Hopefully I hit level 90 on one of them while going through this. Worst case, I guess we do a trial or something beforehand, but anyways, this is your Endwalker spoiler warning before we continue. Hello, Huck! No, we'll do a trial if it comes to it, but for now I'm gonna try to get through this with just eat egg and actual quest experience. Let's get started. Okay. Shrouded in peril. The Gridanian delegate is in urgent need of a stout defender to help combat the new threat to his homeland. I was not expecting this to be Gridania. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it to be Gridania. This guy's dressed in the Adder's gear. I have come on behalf of the Twin Adders to enlist the aid of accomplished fighters. Small folk cower in their homes for fear of an unprecedented threat to the Twelveswood, a blasphemy. It strikes quickly and with deadly precision before returning to the shadows whence it came. Try as we might, we have yet to devise a means to track it, much less slay it. His name is All's Ogredanian Fidelicate. It's also Gridanian delegate, you're right! See, this is why I never remember stuff, and I'm always surprised, because I just don't pay close enough attention to this stuff. Oh dear. Well, let's see how much I miss. Poor me. Poor Dim. I wonder how many situations I've gotten him into because I can't frickin' remember crap. Oh, it's a miracle I even cleared the 2 extrudes I did with my ability to pay attention. Several brave souls search for it even now, but their chances would improve greatly if... Oh, well, hello. Let's go ahead and, Man. Sorry about that. Back to the story. Several brave souls search for it even now, but their chances would improve greatly if they had a stout protector by their side. Judging by your reputation, I dare say you're precisely the man we seek. I didn't realize this is Gridania as she talks to the Gridanian delegate. Look, I may be stupid. No further comment. What you say? Will you serve as the shield that stands between Gridania and certain doom? Protecting the realm is what I do. You've made it difficult to refuse. I will take that as an enthusiastic yes. Make haste to the Adder's nest and report to my superior. All Gridania shall pray for your success. You're my stupid. I am everyone's stupid. I am the stupidity that haunts your dreams. Meow. Oh yeah, this is his, I got this today! I got the parasol doing maps. I'm very happy. It is a fancy sun umbrella. It's got little ruffles and everything. Alright, Blasphemy Huntmaster. I read his name as Blasphemy Hamster. Alright, Blasphemy Hamster. Ruffles do have riches, you're right. Our liaison at Radzit Han sent word of your arrival, but I can scarcely believe our luck. Are you truly here to help us bring this wicked blasphemy to heel? Yes. Then there is hope for us yet. I shall fetch the Elder Seed Seer at once. She is leading the hunt, and I'm certain she'll be most eager to see you. Yeah. I wonder if they're going to say anything about the fact that I'm, not just a tank. I also heal things. Sometimes. Full glad am I to welcome you in good health and good spirits, Dimma. On behalf of all Gridania, allow me to thank you for rising to our defense yet again. You got it. You will forgive me for eschewing further formalities. As time is of the essence, I shall share with you what little we know of this elusive scourge. Following the events in Thavnir, we received a report that an unidentified man had fallen into fits on the road before transforming into a beast most foul. A blasphemy, we soon determined. Eyewitnesses to subsequent attacks spoke of patterns on its skin reminiscent of heavy chains, and thus we have named it Gleipnir for the creature of legend. It emerges from the brush without warning, bringing destruction and tragedy to those unfortunate enough to be near. Ere we can respond, it retreats into hiding, leaving no trace for us to follow. The elementals cry out for us to rid the forest of this wicked presence. Yet even if we tracked it to its lair, I fear besting the beast would be no simple matter. The wounds of Gleipnir's victims are tainted by corruption. We can but conclude that the fiend's fangs, claws, and horns are all imbued with a powerful poison. This thing sounds terrifying. The smallest scratch sends the afflicted into fits, and death soon follows. Mayhap you know of the creeping death. The effects of Gleipnir's vile poison bear more than a passing similarity to the symptoms of that deadly plague. It swept through the Twelveswood many years ago. The sick found their skin covered in chain-like patterns, and spent their final moments in excruciating pain. 'Twas long before I came to Gridania, but people still speak of it with dread. Is it true that the disease spared not a single hire? Hire? Very nearly, yes. Before the remainder were taken, we were able to devise a cure from the Glyn shroom. Slow though it was, the scars of this tragedy could then begin to heal. Gleipnir threatens to reopen old wounds, I fear. Yet despite the similarities between the blasphemy's corruption and the creeping death's marks, it is unclear how these two phenomena are related, if at all. Both conjury and white magic have failed to abate the poison's spread. To confront Gleipnir now would place our soldiers at risk of grievous injury. Forgive me, Elder Seedseer, but this appears to be urgent. What? Again? Gleipnir has struck once more, in the North Shroud. The whalers came too late to see the beast themselves, but the man it attacked yet lives. They are bringing him to Fallgord Float as we speak. Then we must meet them there. Will you accompany us, Dimma? Ethelmare should be able to apprise us of the details upon our arrival. And I love that all the, other NPCs wear the gear that is, starter-based stuff. So he's got those goofy thigh-high boots. Is that a shiny skirt? Alright, you know what? I can have to move this somewhere. Move this over here. There. New HUD. Ooh, what this? For my try hard times. Elder Seedseer, you honor us with your presence. I cannot thank you enough for coming all this way. Given the dire circumstances, I would not leave this to another. Where is the wounded man? Outside of the bobbing cork, being attended by one of our healers. He is a capable healer, but I worry this is beyond his abilities. I shall do all in my power to aid him. I in turn may have need of assistance as well. I ask you to stay close, both of you. And Umbrella comes out again. Wait, where the heck? I don't like it. I have yet to be happy with one of my huts. They all take up too much space. Wait a minute. One of these days I'll find one that works for me. Oh. Chibo, please don't stand inside of people. He's a hardy soul, but I'm utterly at a loss. While I manage to heal his wounds, the poison lingers. I fear the worst is yet to come. When I removed his clothes for treatment, I recognized the chains. If this is indeed the creeping death, do not lose heart. I shall spare no effort. Rest for now. We may have need of your talents again ere long. Chigos, man, Chigos! A bloody swarm of them! What? Mosquitoes? That came from the east gate. Chigos are known as carriers of the creeping death. The villagers are on edge. They think the Vilekin harbingers of another plague. They may panic. Pray, see to the Chigos. I shall remain here with the victim. Bring your bird. Oh, what a fitting horse to get for this quest. I mean, I know it's not a tank mount, but like, you can, you know, it's Gridania related. Panicky man. They were near Alder Springs, a whole swarm of them, like an army getting ready for war. Bringing the creeping death, like as not. Folk have been dropping dead with no rhyme or reason. I'm not about to join them, no sir. Came running back as fast as my legs could carry me. Were you bitten? I will show you to a hearer, if so. Not a single hole that doesn't belong, you can be sure. You'd best do something about that swarm, though. Good morning! Hello! Good to see you again, Ragson. Ah, welcome back, Hawk. You're just in time. Things are getting hairy out here. Would that we could, but keeping the gate manned is our priority, and we have not the numbers to spare for a hunting party. By the time whaler reinforcements arrive, it may be too late. We'll deal with the Chigos. The one who calls the greater number owes the other a flagon of ale, aye? Ah, brushing teeth. Excellent. Clean teeths. Very important. I commend your bravery. Godspeed, and don't get bitten. Also words from teeth brushing. I commend your bravery. Godspeed, and don't get bitten brushing your teeth. Here we go. Let's do this. Creeping mosquitoes. I know my buttons. I can play this class. That's a lie. I'm a terrible tank. I got thrown into freaking, Tower of Babel the other night on Dark Knight. The highest level dungeon I'd done before that was from Shadow Bridges. And I'd only done one of those, and on Paladin only as well. So I was freaking out. It was terrible. The party was so kind. Bitten by what? Your own teeth. Your own teeth, huh? Okay, esteem. 12 be praised. And you! I've come bearing a cure for the creeping death, but it's of little use against actual death. Kibo, stop eating my hair. Aye, that's why I've come. I'd heard tell of a man suffering from uncommon pains at Fallguard Float. Sensed an opportunity for philanthropy and a touch of profit, I'll admit. I am Metal Tank. But if what you say is true, his condition demands a much swifter pair of feet than mine. Could you bring the medicine to him in my stead? No need for payment this time, of course. You saved my life, and one good turn deserves another. I only hope the cure works as well as purported. As for me, I'll be on my way, and give any vilekin I spy a wide berth. I'm what they call a tank, so that I can have all the shiny orange numbers on my my character list. Kibo's still out because of the maps earlier. We had our chocobos out helping us out and getting some levels. Thank you for calling the Chicos. Alas, our patient's condition has yet to improve, and it is all we can do to keep him from succumbing to the poison. Creeping Death Remedy, a medicine made from the Glim Shroom which cures the creeping death. You mean so you can insta-Q? No! I only do leveling for roulettes. My insta-Q classes are healers. Also, my roulette time, I have a really awful Q time. It carried over into tanks. I don't get insta-pop. My Q times are that bad. I don't even get insta-pop on tank. I think I've gotten it like 2 or 3 times, maybe. I know this medicine. It was once used to treat the creeping death. Given his symptoms, it may prove effective here as well. It does hate me. The Q hates me very much. Works upon the body quite quickly, as I recall. Right. Hold on just a while longer, my friend. The medicine will soon relieve your pain. It hurts. It hurts. Please live. Why? The man shrieks die in his throat as his body is racked by violent convulsions. He then falls still and quiet, as if his breath was snatched from his chest. Twelve, have mercy. At the very least, his suffering is over. Had we been quicker to deliver the medicine, would he have lived? Nay, I think not. He was doomed from the moment the poison entered his blood, as will be others if we do not soon gain an understanding of our foe. Let this tragedy not be in vain, but serve as a lesson. Though the effects of Glipnir's corruption resemble the creeping death, 'tis clear that the two share little else in common. The poison burns through the body far more quickly than any disease. Too deadly is it to be borne by creatures so fragile as Chicos, or any other besides. And that is one less possibility the people need fear. 'Tis a shame a life was lost, but this knowledge may help us ensure that others are not. Spread word, but do so with delicacy. In these troubled times, fear and despair can drive even the goodliest of souls to desperate ends. Glipnir is the only blasphemy known to us in Gridania, for now. We must do our utmost to stop him from sowing further discord. Understood, Elder Seedseer. I'll give this man a proper burial before sharing what we've discovered. Ascertaining Gleipnir's whereabouts is still a primary concern. Let us return to the Adder's Nest, for information shall be our most reliable weapon in the days ahead. There is no better place to acquire it. Do you want to show your glam? Is it excellent? Yes, my glam is very protective, very tanky. 10 out of 10 protectiveness against attacks. This is Bunny. It was just like one of those moments where you almost run into someone. Gleipnir has been sighted in various locales, and though we are reviewing every report, we suspect most are erroneous. Fear has a way of making one jump at shadows. It will take some time before we have determined which reports merit a more involved investigation. Until then, I ask that you stay vigilant and keep your eyes peeled for any sign of the blasphemy. Shut up. Word of us. Keeper of the Entwined Serpents. Oh, that's a fancy title. To give voice, Keeper of the Entwined Serpents is eager to resume the hunt. We have followed up on every report concerning Gleipnir, even those that beggared belief. The most promising suggest the blasphemy is currently stalking the South Shroud. We are to proceed there at once, for there is no telling when it might strike again. The Elder Seedseer is already en route to Roots Lake. Let us not keep her waiting. Oh, you're on your way? How very fancy. Oh. Up, up, up. Let's see, South Shroud. I shall, stand over here. There we go. This person just sitting on the railing. Love it. Yeah, random. I love seeing all these people with the umbrellas. Ah, dang it. Sun came out. Oh well. I also got a couple other things from maps today. I'm very excited. My friend already had this and got it for me in the rolls. So now I have wings! And they flutter. And I love them. They make me very happy. I love the, like, sort of iridescent shimmer these wings have. And then, of course, I also have the blue ones as well. Where are they? Old-fashioned accessories. I have these, which are the island ones. They are great. Ah! Cat girl! Flutter. Just like standing there. Got that, got that. I also got these. Very proud of these. Got these. Now the ones I need are the black ones, but those are gonna take me a long time to get. I'm getting looked at. I was gonna say! That's really nice, actually. That's very unique. I like that. That bottom. I was hoping that... Oh. There's a cat fight under my office door right now. Very nice glam. That's cool. That is cool. Oh, those are cool bottoms. Are those the Lunar Envoy? Cat, stop attacking. Oh. Much sword. Give clap for the beautiful glam. I mean, yeah, I can glam. Let's see. Yep, Lunar Envoy's trousers offending. Oh, so nice. One day I shall acquire. Not this day, though. All of my tombstones are going to Reaper and Red Mage right now. Very cool. I like this glam. Yeah, good luck. Ooh. Well, that's a new headpiece. Oh, that's a cool headpiece. What is that? Moonward Circlet Offending. I have a mighty need. I need to figure out how to get the Moonward stuff now that you can't get it the normal way anymore. I am very sad. You get pets and don't. And now teleport. Oh, like over here like, oh no, you're not gonna know where I go. And then you can just stalk me because you're watching me. See ya! Yes! Good. Thank you for showing off your glam. It's so nice. I very much approve. 10 out of 10. I had to check on my cat. She was getting into a fight with the other cats underneath the door. Greetings, Dimma. As luck would have it, my sister Rhea O frequents Camp Tranquil. We would do well to meet her with her first, for she may have knowledge of this threat that can aid us in our search. It has been too long, Rhea. Kane! I was afraid the situation might force your arrival. Would that this reunion was under more joyous circumstances. It is heartening to see her joined by the bearer of Toa's will. Ah! 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 They acknowledge! Unfortunately, Gleipnir's poison cannot be cured by any healing force known to us, as I'm sure you have already learned. Nevertheless, I have faith that together we will find a way to defeat it. Every moment is crucial, so let us dispense with further pleasantries. Have you received word of Gleipnir's whereabouts? I have. It recently ambushed a poor traveler who succumbed to his wounds soon thereafter. A tragic and increasingly common tale. No others in Camp Tranquil have come to harm, but some claim that they feel a presence in the distant trees, staring at them with a malicious intensity. They struggle to find the courage to venture beyond the safety of the camp. While its victims exhibit symptoms reminiscent of the creeping death, Gleipnir's corruption seems only to affect those who have been assaulted by the blasphemy itself. We have yet to confirm a single instance of it spreading from one individual to another. That's somewhat reassuring, but it will provide little comfort to the people here, I think. If Gleipnir comes, any defense we mount will come at great cost. Those who fall wounded will invariably die. I'm at a loss, and the people under my care can see it. They grow tense and bicker amongst themselves. Some even accused me of standing idly by while this monster roams free, as if I'm not doing all I can. I apologize. Would that I had come to you sooner. Would that there were more I could offer you. Not every burden is yours to bear, Kane. Perhaps the elementals could help. The elementals cry out for succor as loudly as the people do. This I know you feel, Kane. Gleipnir poses a threat to all life in the Twelveswood, and as such we should face it as one. Their strength has waned since the calamity, and I am reluctant to impose upon them. Nay, as seed-seers, it is our duty to first expend every option available to us, and spare them further distress. Once we have laid low the blasphemy, the elementals will be at peace. Well then, how do you propose we go about that? First allow me to speak with the people here and assure them that all will be well. That Gridania's resolve to weather this storm remains steadfast. No road is closed to those true of heart. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that you'd begin with an earnest and heartfelt appeal. For my part, I shall reach out to Arun. Perhaps together we can find a way to offer similar comfort to the elementals. I have no doubt we will require their assistance in the days ahead. Thank you, sister. May the 12 watch over and keep you both. May I trouble you to accompany me? The presence of a storied hero would surely lend credence to my claims that the people's difficulties will soon be at an end. While you attend to that, I shall gather what information I can from the wood whalers stationed here. Pray look for me at the camp proper when you have finished. Look at his shoes. His freaking boots. Well, that sounded like someone painfully crunching to their doom. If we are to convince the people that they need not live in fear of Gleipnir, then my words alone may be insufficient. I do not comport myself as an imposing figure blessed with martial prowess, to say the least. You, on the other hand, are renowned as a peerless warrior who has triumphed in countless trials. Simply looking on your features fills me with confidence that this crisis too shall pass. Oh, goodbye! I pray you stay by my side, that those we speak with might be joyed by your presence. Kane-senna is now accompanying you. Oh, cool. Alright, come along. Let's make you run. Sprint! Go very fast. I saw it, a gargantuan beast stalking the woods with horns the size of my leg. What's to stop it from coming here to fill its belly? Gleipnir will do no such thing, I swear. I shall see to it personally that the blasphemy does not come within a malm of this village. Keep heart, for brighter days lie ahead of us. Truly, Elder Seedseer? Perhaps I've let my imagination get the better of me. You are a beacon in these dark times. I pray you restore the peace soon. I shall. You can be certain. Okay, nope, that's a quest. Inflamed man, you gonna yell at me? Seedseers are sitting pretty with their guards and finery. What do they care if a beastie is running amok? They'll be fine. That's why they're doing nothing while it hunts us. We'd be fools to trust our lives to those that don't care a whit. Aye, past time we went south. At least in Ul'dah they don't pretend to look out for the common man. Elder Seedseer, I was just, I promise you that we are sparing no effort in our hunt for Gleipnir. However, it will take time, and more may suffer before the beast is laid low. Nevertheless, I ask that you place your faith in me, if only for a while longer. I love the Twelveswood and her people with all my heart, and I will not let our enemy torment us forever. I understand. Man's gotta give voice to his worries from time to time, Nothing I want less than to abandon my home. I'll stick around. For now. Cool. Ah, hello, Sticks. Distraught woman. A single scratch is enough to spell one's doom, they say. Nothing but to wait for death to come. How can we face a beast like that? Do not give in to despair, my friend. I know that I shall do all in my power to see us through this crisis. Hold fast to hope, and encourage others to do as well. I'll try, Elder Seedseer. I'll try. I know you've placed yourself at risk, leaving the safety of the city and coming here, and that means a lot to me and mine. Stay close to the Whalers and pray news of your triumph reaches us soon. Thank you. I promise that will not be long. Whoa. See how long it is. But will that be all for now, Elder Seedseer? It will. I have done what I can to quell the unrest, but so long as Gleipnir lives, they will never be at peace. Sometimes simply lending an ear does wonders, as must be the case for the elementals, yes? Do you doubt your chosen course? Why are you so obsessed with the elementals, Dim? My gosh, why are you so obsessed with me? Hey! There we go. Indeed, you are correct. Today was a welcome reminder of that truth, and an important step in our journey. Mayhap I should visit these settlements more often. Doubtless some here think of me as distant as the elementals, so rarely do they see me in the outer reaches. You have served me admirably as protectors thus far, for which I am grateful. Yet until we have found and laid Gleipnir low, I must continue to impose upon your goodwill. 'Tis no imposition, Elder Seedseer. You saved me on the killing fields of Cartano. My life is yours, now and always. Your life is your own to command, but I thank you for your words, and your conviction, which fills me with confidence that the path we walk is true. Even if that path takes us far afield. Did I ever tell you that, when I was a young student, I would often steal into the woods with a dear friend of mine, much to the chagrin of our teacher? Deep down, I suspect there is still a part of me that yearns to wander where I should not. Ominous. Elder Seedseer, word from the border. Got ourselves a right bloody mess by the sound of it. What has happened? Per your earlier instructions, the Whalers closed the roads to all travel while we scoured the woods for signs of Gleipnir. But now a group of locals are demanding to be let through into Thanalan. They're terrified by the sound of it, screaming about the creeping death and gods know what else. Despair grips their hearts. If it consumes them wholly, then we may have yet more blasphemies to contend with. I will speak with them. Wild rumors fuel their panic, and with truth and compassion, I will convince them to see reason and return to their homes. If anyone can, it's you, Elder Seedseer. We're doing our best to keep them calm for now, but my man's words painted a grim picture. I pray you make your way to the border as quickly as you can. I tried to inhale water, sorry. Don't recommend it. 0 out of 10. Air is significantly better. So what are they, like, are they trying to leave the 12's Wood? What are they trying to do? Yeah, I think they're trying to leave. Let us through, damn you. We're standing here while the creeping death nips at our heels. You're telling us to die. Those rumors are false. The Elder Seedseer herself sent word that the creeping death is not responsible for the recent incidents. You mustn't surrender to panic. Return to your homes while we deal with the threat, and pay no heed to baseless stories. Stories? Stories? I've seen the dead with my own eyes. Don't tell me what is and isn't true. Hearken to me, my friends. I come before you now to assure you that the creeping death has not returned. Only those who have been wounded by Gleipnir are in danger, and so I beseech you to take shelter in your homes until the threat has passed. Gleipnir? The beast I saw in the wood? We have to run. It could have followed us. You saw him? Where? Not far from here. Those glistening horns, those terrible chains, reaching out to drag you down to the seventh hell. We ran and never looked back. But don't worry, it didn't catch any of us. No one's marked, see? That means we're safe, right? But say we weren't quite fast enough. What then? Its horns and claws are where the poison resides, and even a scratch would be cause for concern. Even a little scratch. Then it's too late for me? Is that why my body feels like it's on fire? You told me the branches tripped you up. You said that's how it happened. You said... Oh, heavenly winds, guide us to the font of strength. May we drink from it and be made whole. I don't feel any better. Do it again! Do it again! It hurts. Help me. Conjury has no effect. There can be no mistake. This is Gleipnir's doing. Even so, I ask that you do not lose heart. Stay strong. For if we surrender to fear, the beast has already won. No, I don't want to die. Please, help me. Get back! Dim, do your thing! Slash me! Pull aggro! You said it wasn't... Ugh. Why? Why? Liars, liars, all of you! None of us are safe! None of us will... Why's everyone gotta turn? Despair made manifest. 12 forfend. Is there naught that can be done for these poor souls? Not but one thing I know. I know. We must lay them to rest. Contain the threat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. dramatic battle music, but this does not feel like happy fight. This is very sad. I don't like it. They are at peace. Would that it had not come to this. I was powerless to prevent it. You did all you could, Elder Seedseer. Is that what's going to happen to us? Is there no hope? What you witnessed was the fate of those who fall into deepest despair. It feeds upon grief and anguish, and is more deadly than Gleipnir itself. But as I swore to you that we shall defeat the blasphemy that haunts our homeland, so, too, do I swear that despair will not be the end of us. Keep the faith and look to the horizon, for brighter days will come. As you say, Elder Seedseer. As you say. Gleipnir is not here, and so you are free to return to your homes, but I urge you to take care on the path back. We will, Elder Seedseer. This storm has passed, but a darker tempest roils in the distance. So long as the specter of despair looms, the people will struggle to take any words of comfort to heart. We will see more tragedies like this. The elementals, too, cry out for a solution. The longer we struggle to resolve this crisis, the more innocent lives we put at risk. Rhea O said we would need to turn to the elementals for assistance, and I know now that she was right. And so I will seek audience with the Great One. However, there are preparations I must attend to first. I shall make the proper ablutions at the lotus stand. Pray, return to the adder's nest and await my summons. I am probably going to need to do a trial or something. Because I don't think this is going to end up being enough experience to level me up. I thought it was going to give me more. We'll wait until it is in need of a tank. Despite our best efforts, we have been unable to prevent further loss of life. I foresee even greater hardship ahead. As we press on, we mustn't forget the words of the Elder Seedseer. We must strive to remain undaunted in the face of despair. She is preparing for her communion with the Great One. When the time is right, she will call upon us both. Until then, my friend, stay strong. Because that's 86. Ugh, hang on a sec. That needs 4 mil. Paladin needs 4 mil. Let's continue with Dark Knight. The tired eyes and slumped shoulders of the keeper of the untwined serpents bespeaks weariness, a gift undone. The situation has worsened since last we spoke. Gleipnir grows bolder in his attacks, and the conjurers are spread thin in their efforts to attend to the victims. Moreover, we are no closer to finding a means to counteract the blasphemy's poison. With no choice but to wait until death claims them, some are overwhelmed by hopelessness, becoming mad beasts that lash out at their former countrymen. Such tragedies all too easily beget further tragedy, as bereaved loved ones are in turn overcome and share in the same horrid fate. People speak of these incidents in hushed whispers, afraid that any moment a monster might appear within their midst. We must slay Gleipnir without further delay. We could find a cure for the blasphemy's poison. Gotta kill it! Indeed. Let us hope that the Elder Seedseer's efforts to enlist the aid of the elementals are successful, and that united we may at last cleanse the Twelveswood of this evil once and for all. Urgent news. Dimma, Gleipnir has ambushed a party of wood whalers. They are engaged with the blasphemy near the guardian tree where the Great One slumbers. This bodes ill. It has divined the Elder Seedseer's intent? Has it? It is attempting to prevent her from communing... Is it attempting to prevent her from communing with the elementals? In any event, we cannot let Gleipnir harm the tree. The Elder Seed Seer bade us rendezvous with her at Sorrel Haven. We leave at once. This is not ideal. Let's see, when is... Okay, trials are wanting to tank now. So we'll go ahead and queue for that. Wow! I actually had an Instapop! Look at that! Oh no. I'm gonna let the other tank do it. Other tank can be boss. Oh, thank goodness. Wait.
Defile! Open your hearts to me.
What am I supposed to do? It's been so long since I did this dungeon. New trial.
Rest your weary souls in my bosom.
Duty action if you want to live.
I shall free you from your hate!
I have a Pathfinder character with that name. That's weird. Not the same last. I don't like that.
Surrender to bliss.
He's not bad.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
I have an eyeball. I don't know what this means. Hopefully I did the right thing.
Your souls are stained.
Oh no! This is such chaos.
I shall free you from your hate.
Emanation. Ah, we did it! There, Tom. Who do we give this to? I'm gonna give it to him. Because he tanked for me. Thank you, my friends! Oh, I gotta come! And not nearly enough experience to level. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. That only gave me like 2 mil. I'm gonna have to do the 50, 60, 70, 80 dungeons, aren't I? Fudge. Battered arms and armor are strewn across the ground, but there is no other trace of man or blasphemy. That's a lie! I found a trace right here. See if it's here. I see. I think I know what happened here, though I pray I am wrong. There is no sign of the wood whalers save their arms and armor. Seasoned warriors would never cast aside their equipment. But here it lies, and I see not a single body. In the face of certain death, even the bravest among us can succumb to despair. Before the blasphemy's poison took them, they transformed. Gleipnir could not have gone far. He may be watching us even now. Be on your guard. The air is thick with corruption. If the wood whalers succumb to a man, then we can expect a hard fight. Though I dread the thought of hurting our brave soldiers, we cannot allow the creatures they have become to roam free. Let us form 2 groups to more quickly track down and cull the beasts. Once we have finished, we shall regroup under the boughs of the guardian tree. It's really sad. Because then according to what happened they're just gone forever. They don't even return to the cycle. Murder two more. Okay. Last one. You have laid to rest the last of the turned whalers. Reunite with your companions at Evershade. Oh wow, I'm surprised. I assumed there would be another one. Alligator! I love him. I love what they did with the flying animation for him, because it just looks like he's swimming through the air. Ooh, well, this is a cutscene. That's pretty. Our work is done, then. The loss of so many brave souls is tragic. But now that they are at peace and the guardian tree is safe, let us take comfort in that. But I pray that the Great One will hear my plea. Elder Seedseer, are you hurt? The Great One is filled with fear, an all-consuming fear unlike any I have ever felt. It spoke unto me, and its words were clarion. Drive the evil away. Drive the evil away. I can think of naught else, and so we will not receive the aid we seek. Not until we can dispel the dread that claws at the forest's very heart. Oh, this was our last hope. We are not alone. Is this it? Oh, that is a lot less scary than I thought it was going to be. It's still really scary, but it's a lot less scary. Shit. This thing's huge. There can be no mistake. This is the profane beast, the blasphemy that has mired the Twelveswood in despair. Gleipnir. Stay back! It makes for the guardian tree. We must stop it. Poison! You mustn't let it touch you. Such fearsome strength. Come on, Dim. You destroyed despair itself. You can take this thing. Oh no. Hi, Connie. In accordance with our covenant, we Pajdal have been blessed by the elementals. From the moment we are chosen, we are bound to act as mediators between man and nature. The most skilled among us are honored as seed seers, and it is their duty to guide Gridania through times both poor and prosperous. I cannot say which of you will be found more worthy. In my estimation, you both have the potential to become seed seers. Of that, I become more certain by the day. Tawny, please stop that. But I don't want to be a seed seer. I never wanted to be a Pajdal either. I never asked for any of this. Why can't I live a normal life like everyone else? How come I don't get to grow old? Why was I cursed with these ugly horns? I like them. And maybe we didn't choose to be born this way. But I don't think that makes us that different from everyone else. It's a rare gift, a blessing even. And if we can use it to help others, then we should. Don't give up on becoming a seed seer, Kane. We'd all be worse for it. Blessing. I never thought of it that way. I suppose I just hated not having a choice, but maybe you're right. It's her friend, isn't it? Kane. It talks? Blasphemy that can talk. This is dangerous. The matron is merciful. The elder seed seer has fallen unconscious, but is otherwise unharmed. The blasphemy must not have touched her, for I do not see the telltale mark of poison. Still, I am no healer, and she should be looked after by those who are. I shall carry her back to Gridania. We must leave before Gleipnir returns. Await me at the adder's nest. Hello, kitten. There is a cat in my lap. She's very upset. Allow me to thank you again for your assistance. The elder seed seer has been delivered into the care of Isumiyan, and by the grace of the elementals, she will make a full recovery. will she make a full recovery. In fact, she has already regained consciousness, but is not yet allowed to receive visitors. But we can but wait for now. God damn it, I was useless. I could do nothing while the Elder Seedseer faced Gleipnir alone. I was to be her shield, but I stand before you while she lies abed as proof of my failure. She wouldn't have wanted you to throw your life away. Kane-sane still lives, and she still requires your protection.
Kitten, please. This is...
You truly are the hero of whom the bards sing, aren't you? You suffered terrible trials, yet still you stand tall and resolute. Thank you for your counsel. How close I came to forgetting the lessons of my past. I've spoken of it to few. Truth be told, it brings me shame to recall it. I fought at Cartano, not as a soldier of the Eorzean Alliance, but as a conscript of the Garlean Imperial Army. Clad in armor and magitech, another drop in this sea of pitiless metal. Grow numb to the violence and the killing out of necessity. It becomes routine. Work to earn your next meal. Then the moon shattered and the dragon emerged, and when the dust had settled, I was another body clinging to life amongst the fallen. I remember staring at the burning sun above, growing weaker, wondering if the heat or an Eorzean's blade would finish the job. But it wasn't death that came, but salvation. I was delivered from my well-earned fate by the Elder Seedseer. She deigned to save a man who once bared steel against her people. Her kindness didn't end there. Once my wounds had healed, she welcomed me with open arms. Never did she regard me with distrust, nor did she ever make me feel obligated to repay my debt. She fought not for the sake of life, but also to safeguard it. Through our friendship, I came to see the wisdom in that distinction, that pledged my remaining years to her service. I apologize for any rustling you hear. That is my cat's tail brushing against the microphone. Twould have accomplished nothing to throw myself against Gleipnir in vain, and even if there was profit to be found in the sacrifice, she would not abide it. Your words serve to remind me of this. We will defeat the blasphemy, aye, but we will do so without forsaking that which we hold dear. This I swear.
Stop. You are a menace. You are a menace. Do I need to trim your little claws? Do we need to trim them again? Oh no. We got the nail clippers. We got the nail clippers. What are you gonna do? Normally she tries to get out of my lap when I try to trim her claws, but she's actually staying here, so... Trim those little claws. Don't bite me. Stop trying to bite me! You naughty girl. You naughty girl.
She's an indoor living cat, so
she's allowed to have little manicures every now and then.
alright. Continue. Alright, 87 quest done. A pact proven. The Keeper of the Entwined Serpents has good news to share. Yay! Good news! Dimma, the Elder Seedseer has grown strong enough to receive visitors. Come, we must go to the Stillglade Fane at once. Oh my goodness, she has messed up all of my pop filter and everything. Silly kitty. Okay, that is... What is that? Is that an Omega top? Why? Okay. That's so unfair. Why does it look so uncool on dudes? Oh wait, maybe it doesn't. I'm not a Reaper. There we go. Oh, you know what I've forgotten to do recently? Check my series. There we go. Not grinding it, like, intensely. It's just, you know, one at a time. Where the heck? Oh. Hi, dude. Elder Seedseer, it fills my heart with joy to see you in better health. I am gladdened by your presence as well, my friend. And lest you wonder, know that the conjurers found no trace of the poison in my humors. If you are ready, I would resume our search for Gleipnir. They may be up to the task, but you are not. 'Tis one thing to engage in conversation, quite another to go gallivanting about the Twelveswood hunting a blasphemy. I'm aware you are a conjurer of surpassing skill, and would not presume to gainsay your judgment, but have my wounds not healed? Those visible to the naked eye, perhaps. I worry that the strain of your communion with the Great One has taken a toll on you in ways we may struggle to perceive. The Great One is a being of purest ether, and you were exposed to its unbridled despair, its raw terror. There may be consequences. I'm aware of that, but Gleipnir must be stopped. Until the blasphemy is laid low, people will continue to die. How am I to carry out my duties cloistered here? How am I to deliver the forest and its people from this despair? 'Tis your duties that demand you remain. I understand your frustration, but if you were to fall in battle, if your guiding light, if the you bear were to fade, then all Gridania would be lost. Rest, Kane. Rest and gather your strength so that when the time comes, you are fit to do what must be done. In the meantime, trust in your allies. You're right. That said, I see no reason I cannot join in planning our next step. As you said before, conversation is quite unlike gallivanting about on a hunt. Our encounter with Gleipnir has made it plain that we cannot hope to triumph over it as we are. Only with the Great One's power can we achieve victory. Why? When the 7th Umbral Calamity was nigh, the Great One committed a portion of its boundless strength to extend a barrier over heaven and earth. The Ermin Hedge. Thus was the Twelveswood spared the worst. If we could convince it to again lend us even a small measure of that power, we would not need fear the poison. Therefore, I believe we should pour our efforts into placating the elementals that we might earn their favor. You must make your voice heard then, yes? You must show that we are not the enemy. Quieting worked before, it may again. That's special dialogue, I'll bet you. Because of White Mage. I'm gonna choose that. Normally go for we are not the enemy, but... Ah, of course. You are the inheritor of Aetoa's will. Rhea-O and Arun praised the wisdom and bravery you displayed that day. Indeed, we were very nearly overrun by the creatures the Great One called to its defense. But this time is different. The Great One quakes with such fear that it cannot even bear to behold its enemy, let alone fight it. So we must first find a way to dispel this fear that binds it, and reassure it that together we can defeat Gleipnir. Only then will it hearken to our words. I think, too, that we must gain a greater understanding of what drives Gleipnir. It seems to bear a resentment towards the elementals, the Great One in particular. Why? I have pondered this question myself. Lingering memories of the person Gleipnir once was may be responsible. Reports from Radzat Han suggest this is likely the case, in fact. If we could but ascertain the original identity of the blasphemy. But where are we to begin our investigation? How about my Deus Ex Machina? You were granted a vision of Gleipnir's past, and I was there? Then I may know who he is. Or was. As do I. The boy who trained along Kane in her youth. Sura Supin. After all these years, is this what became of him? You mentioned him briefly before. Were you close? Sura was a Pajdali like me, but he had never known his parents, and devoted himself wholly to his studies. He embraced the role the forest had bestowed upon him, and, truth be told, he was a much better student than I ever was. A fair assessment. Despite your esteemed heritage, you never took to my lessons as well as he, ever dreaming of the outside world. Stealing off into the woods more times than I can count, I could not keep watch over you at all hours, not even if I tried. The Elder Seedseer, a rebellious spirit. I can scarce imagine it. I resented being a Pajdal. It was inconceivable to me that I could not live among the others, and I did not scruple to express my misgivings to Isumiyan at every opportunity. Aesura was a pillar of constant support. It was thanks to his encouragement that I at last embraced my destiny and resolved to use my gifts for the greater good. We would become Seedseers together, I believed, until one fateful day when we were gathering herbs in the forest at Isumiyan's behest. We met a wanderer hailing from a distant land who told us his beloved was with child, and that he had traveled to Gridania to beseech the Great One for a painless birth. He asked us to guide him to the guardian tree. However, entry into such sacred places was not ours to permit. There was something odd about his demeanor besides. With regret, I refused him, but Aesura was loath to turn away a goodly stranger in need. He agreed to guide the man, despite my protestations. I ran to Isumiyan as fast as I could, and together we made haste to the guardian tree. Found the man motionless on the ground, having succumbed to the Great One's rage. Next to him was Aesura, alive but unconscious. In time he recovered and related the whole story. In truth, the man had been an adventurer, a seeker of wealth and glory, and as he had knelt to make false supplications, he lunged forward to tear a branch from the guardian tree. He was yet a child. Aesura had no inkling of the darkness that could dwell within men's hearts. He learned the lesson that day, but the price he paid for it was great indeed. The Great One stripped Aesura of his horns, and with them the right to call himself a Pajdal. I was forced to expel him from the Fane. I never saw him again, nor heard a word of what had become of him, but not for lack of trying. Despite his hardships, he did remain in the Twelveswood all this time. Did he remain in the Twelveswood all this time, I wonder? He dreamed of naught else but becoming Seedseer, of a life in service to the people and the forest. He knew the weight of the responsibility and was eager to bear it. Yet he was deprived of that purpose by the very elementals he loved. Yet he did not lose that will to serve, I suspect, and instead resolved to watch over the Twelveswood in his own way. I shudder to think what could have hastened his transformation into Gleipnir, as if his life was not harsh enough. In our final conversation, Aesura confided in me that he would search for a means to calm the Great One's rage and earn absolution. To that end, he said that he would seek the counsel of the Mughals. Oh They have called the Twelveswood home for far longer than we have, and so none are more like to have knowledge of its most hidden workings. That comes as no surprise. He would not give up so easily on his dream. Even if the Mughals know naught of Aesura, they may be able to help us in other ways. Will you travel to the Bramble Patch in my stead, Dimma? I have faith they will accept you with their characteristic aplomb. I don't wanna deal with the Mughals. It's always spawning new quests, new zones. I liked the Mughals. Until I did the Churning Mists. Or whatever it is. Their zone. The Heaven's Ward one. And then I did their tribe quests and they just kept spawning more quests. It was endless. A nightmare. Don't wanna. Okay, here we go. Whisker Wall, Coop de Coop. Pakwa Pika. Okay, here we go. Huh? Quite a peculiar face you have, Kupo. Familiar, too. You wouldn't be the selfsame warrior who gave the legendary Muggles Guard for, would you? Dimma, was it? Aha! It's an honor to meet you. Allow me to thank you personally for bringing that silliness to an end. Pakwa Pika's the name. What brings you to our neck of the Twelveswood? Why, what a pleasant coincidence. We were just discussing how we ought to go about calming the elementals, Koopa. That blasphemy with the dreadful horns has got them on edge, and for good reason. I've had to ask my personal guard here to sleep with one eye open. In case you haven't noticed, the beast's corruption has been spreading all throughout the woods. Needless to say, we've all got to stand up and put the Twelveswoods to right. Rao suggested that the Mughals contribute by scouring the forest for even the smallest signs of taint. Got to cleanse it before it gets out of hand, you know? Difficult and time-consuming work. But if it's in service of the forest, then we'll do it gladly, Koopa. Hey, I know you! You're the adventurer who gave me some of my finest scars! Coop-de-Coop of the Mughals Guard. No hard feelings about the whole Hail to the King Koopo bit, I hope. Not going to call for a rematch either, in case you're worried about that. Rao and the others cured us of our tempering, and afterwards sat us down for a stern lecture. No more calling upon good King Moogle the 12th for us. May he ever remain unsummoned in his royal grace and splendor. Indeed, and what better way to make up for past indiscretions than to serve the realm? Even now our kin scour every elm of the Twelveswood. We would be remiss not to do our part. We would be overjoyed to have a hero such as you helping us as well, if you're willing. Something tells me you have a sharp eye for the taint we seek to cleanse. Can we count on you, Kupo? Okay. Your reputation for magnanimity is well deserved. Let us begin by moving to higher ground, that we may survey the area and locate any particularly nasty spots of blight. Bleh. Bleh, bleh, bleh. That's 5 mil. We're doing a Wondrous Tales, if I have to, because I am going to do everything I can to avoid taking another dungeon. What? Is there... Is he intended to be flying like this? This is a quest turn-in the air. What the heck? Okay. Yup. Oh, you were able to make your way up here after all. I was worried you'd be stuck. Apologies for leaving you behind, but it's so easy to forget that your kind lack wings, Kupo. Now then, where is it? There, to the south. Let us cleanse that festering taint at once. Oh, I should check and see. When does this need to be turned in? Okay, good. I need to turn it in tomorrow anyways. Oh, I'm so relieved. Ah, hello, festering taint. This is familiar. This is so funny doing this quest and doing all the white mage stuff. That was some fine work, Kupo. I dare say it's in even better shape than it was before. The others are doubtless flittering about, stamping out corruption wheresoever it rears its hideous head. If I were the Great One, I would be applauding our efforts. Well, insofar as such a being without hands can clap, I suppose. How goes the taint cleansing, Coop-de-Cop? Coop? I did what I could, but I swear as soon as I've finished with one area, 2 more start manifesting a fresh taint. The forest's ability to heal itself is waning, and this sickness is spreading too fast for even a legion of Moogles to manage. If we don't come up with a better solution soon. The situation is more grave than we imagined, Kupo. Oh, what do we do? We should maintain our efforts to purify the forest regardless. But since there are so many of us, we must also help the forest remember how to help itself. There are only so many of us. A brilliant idea, I think. How do we go about doing that? Well, I was just getting to that part, Kupo. I've got it! We performed the friending! What? The friending? What in the name of good King Moogelmog the 12th, may he shower us with love and compassion and Kupo nuts, is that? Truth be told, I couldn't remember the ancient rite's name, so I just made something up on the spot, Kupo. But let's forget about that for now and move on to the stuff I do remember. Mood. It's an old ceremony, first performed when the nation of Gridania was but a spark of an idea of a random thought in its founders' heads. They knew that if they were to establish a home within the Twelveswood, that they would first have to entreat the elementals for permission. So, a mage and their company found and cleansed a few sources of foul aether, planting saplings in their place, and consecrated the soil with a prayer to show the forest the purity of their intentions. The elementals were so taken with his display that not only did they permit his people to settle within the forest, they also bestowed upon him their blessing as proof of their new covenant, Kupo. Ah, I remember now. The Gridanians still honor this agreement to this day. For every tree that is cut down, a sapling is planted. So if we follow history's example, we can soothe the forest's pain and also nourish it with new life. That's right, Kupo. Oh, but I wasn't finished with the story. Remember the mage who planted those sacred saplings? He was none other than Joran, sire of Eohokpota, the very first Pajdal. From that day forward, the elementals would bless a select few hearers with horns, favoring them with their fellowship. The Pajdal were exalted by all the peoples of the Twelveswood. Even we Moogles look upon them with awe. And that's how it all began. That's actually really cool lore. Something wrong, Kupo? You have a strange look on your face. Gleipnir may be a Pajdal. Former Pajdal, at least. Gleipnir's poison is particularly deadly against hearers. How dreadful, Kupo. But what exactly are you saying? So the man you think may have become Gleipnir was a Patchdoll stripped of his blessing, and the blasphemy kills with a poison that manifests symptoms that resemble those of the creeping death. Feel sorry for this Aesura. To love the elementals only to be shunned by them. To be surrounded by the beauty of the Twelveswood and know that he was forever an outsider. All for a child's mistake. That despair could easily have caused him to turn. And this poison that preys upon those who bear the Twelveswood's blessing, the Hearers, just like the creeping death once did, might be another manifestation of that despair. That would explain the elemental's unease, Kupo. We must redouble our efforts to plant saplings, or they may never speak with us again. Indeed. Well, first things first, we must gather as many saplings as we can. Dimma, wait for us at the Adder's Nest and make ready for a long and back-breaking day. Wait, okay. Guess it's time to become... Brain broke. Guess it's time to become Mr. Beast and plant 1,000 saplings. Okay, now we go. Him go zoom. Very fast, very speedy. Oh my word! That's so cute on llamas! Oh my word, it's adorable. It's a little RP walking. Egg. Welcome back, Dimma. Did the Muggles have any insight into our problems? A reenactment of the ceremony which laid the foundation of Gridania. A fitting plan given the gravity of the threat our nation now faces. As ever, there is much work to be done before we can even begin. While the Muggles gather saplings, we shall continue to scour the Twelveswood for new beasts that must be purged. Let us pray that the Elder Seedseer regains her strength quickly as well. For now, take a rest, my friend. 'Tis a rare indulgence these days, and one you earned 1,000 times over. Okay. 89, Heart's True. The Keeper of the Entwined Serpents is on the lookout for palms in the distance. Gleipnir has not been seen since our last encounter. This brief respite may be our best chance to quell the Great One's terror. Make way for the saplings, Kupo! Oh damn, I thought it was done in the background. We've had plenty of practice cultivating our gardens, so selecting the most robust ones was a simple matter. That was the hardest work, so you can help us with the easy part. If you see a spot of corruption, cleanse the taint and plant the sapling in its place, Kupo. Do it enough times, and the Great One is sure to understand that we're doing all we can to heal the forest, which ought to brighten its mood. We'll see to the East Shroud. You should have no trouble taking care of the rest, Kupo. Your efforts are much appreciated. We will begin without further delay. I trust you will not object to my company? I dare say healing the forest is one task for which I am more qualified than most. Elder Seedseer, are you well enough to leave the city? I should like to think I have been for some time. In any event, Izumi has finally grown tired of my objections and ceased his attempts to detain me further. Allow me to be the one to consecrate these saplings. It would be an honor to offer words of thanks to the forest for its bounty. Please do, Kupo. Prayer from the Elder Seedseer herself will surely hasten their growth from a tiny sapling to a towering tree. Wait, really? That's cool! Such is my hope. As Joran did before me, I shall approach the Great Ones in friendship, that it might see through the veil of fear that blinds it and remember our covenant. Sorry, yawn. Let us begin by cleansing all traces of corruption in the central shroud. To Green Tier. I sense that the flow of aether has become warped there. Impressive, Kupo. Not even my keen eyes could spot corruption from such a distance. It is but one of many talents I owe to the elementals. Well then, shall we be on our way? Your fluffy coat. Alright. Let's go. Go plant some trees. Save the forest. And get my first ever tank to 90. So once we're done here, then I'll do the quick thing and do the turn in. Okay. Conducted air. Oh, here we go. Hopefully they don't make us do this too many times. Unless there's gonna be lore. Well, I assume there will be if they make us do it repeatedly. This game's good about that. In gratitude for your boundless blessings do I offer this gift. May it nourish you as you nourish us. At last, the earth is cleansed. There is a settlement not far from here. We should tell them of this sapling, bid them watch over it, and keep it safe from harm. Of course, Elder Seedseer. I shall relay your words forthwith. It will give the people hope to know that they can aid in the restoration of the 12 Sword. Thank you. And now we must go. I guess it was more metaphorical. It'll soon grow into a tall tree. To Silent Arbor. There's something foul impedes flow of ether. Let us hurry. Are we gonna stumble upon a lair? This is kind of scary. Not gonna lie, it's a little scary. Ugh. I am sorry, by the way, that my streams have not been as regular recently. I've been busy with other things, and dealing with work stuff, trying to get that all prepped, so it's taken me a bit. But we'll get back into regular. As White Mage doing this, I feel like there's so much more connection, like having done that storyline too. It's neat. The injury has begun to heal. Our next destination lies to the north. Near Hurstmill, I believe. 'Tis faint, for we are far from the source. Nevertheless, I am certain it is there. Come. Sus. Meow. Okay, there we go. 'Tis fortunate that the corruption here is faint. Simple prayer should suffice to cleanse the soil, after which we may plant the sapling. I sense no other disruptions in the etheric flow, which leads me to believe that the Mughals have already seen to the remainder. Indeed, the Twelves would sighs with a contentment I have not felt in a long while. But it will serve to placate the Great One. But will it serve to placate the Great One, I cannot say. Not until we visit the Guardian Tree. Excuse me, but you're the Elder Seedseer, aren't you? What brings you all the way to our village? Corruption that had upset the balance of ether, but that we have since cleansed with prayer and saplings. Thus has the Twelveswood reclaimed a measure of peace. You've been planting trees. We have. The elementals have suffered much of late, and with these offerings we endeavor to raise their spirits. Elder Seedseer, I've got to protest. What of your people's spirits? We who dread every step we must take out of our doors. That terrible monster is still out there, preying upon innocent folk without rhyme or reason. If it doesn't strike us dead where we stand, its poison will finish the job. I know that you are afraid, that you and yours suffer still. However, 'tis under the auspices of the elementals that we may call the Twelveswood home, and they too cry out for deliverance. Even the Great One quakes with fear for the blasphemy's continued existence. Okay, no, what you need to tell them is, we're trying to get rid of them, and we're doing this so that we can calm them enough, so that we can talk to them, so that we can kill the thing. Because that's what we're doing. You are bad at communicating. To ignore their plight is to invite greater tragedy for us all. Rest assured, however, that I have not forgotten the needs of the people. We bring comfort to the elementals and renew our sacred ties that we might enlist the aid of the Great One in combating Gleipnir and the suffocating despair it spreads. Okay, you are less bad at communication than I thought you were. I retract my previous statement. I am less salty. And so I pray you continue to put your faith in our guardians, and in me. Would that we could, Elder Seedseer. We've been dealing with death and sickness since before Gleipnir's coming. They say the creeping death's nothing to fear these days, but we know better. One of ours caught it not long ago. We gave her the cure, had plenty on hand. And for a while we thought it would be all right. By the time we realized it hadn't done a damn thing, it was too late to call for a conjurer. It was a sad day for all of us when she passed. But for none more than her poor husband, Supin. He was beside himself with grief, and who could blame him? And then came Gleipnir to compound our woes. Supin? Cannot be. Do you speak of Aesura, Supin? Aesura? Oh, no, Supin was an odd one, but no one mistake him for Pajdal. Supin wasn't even his real name. Dad be Alengia, but his wife was fond of calling him Supin for some reason, and it caught on with the rest of us. You see, And what did Alenja look like? Well, I'd say he'd seen no more than 30 summers, kept to himself, came and went with nary a word at times. After he met his beloved, he became more of a fixture, friendly even. His wife was a sickly lass, but she had spirit. That spirit's not enough to beat the creeping death. Pity we couldn't do anything for her. He had finally made a new life for himself here. Thank you for recounting Alenja's story. Sad though it was, it has helped me to better understand how much you all have suffered. I promise you that we will have cause to celebrate soon. Until then, I implore you again to place your faith in the elementals and in me. Together we shall overcome this crisis. Despite what he said, I am certain this Alenja was Aesura Supin. To think that he was living so close by for all these years, searching for a new purpose and finding true love. Only to be robbed of that fulfillment too. Were he still a Podge doll empowered by the elementals, could he have saved her? He would have dwelt on the question, night after sleepless night. I know I would have. Mayhap in the end he came to blame the elementals for his helplessness, for her death, and in despair was consumed. Aye, the animosity would linger, endure, and in vengeance would Gleipnir find its final purpose. We have done all we can to show the Great One the purity of our intent. Let us hope that we will be accepted as friends. My throat is sore from talking. Yeah, I'll definitely have to call it after the questline is done here. Oh my goodness, my throat. I try not to do too many voices because that tends to be way worse on my voice. It makes it more difficult for me to continue talking for long periods of time. Hello, Jan. I'm bad about doing that with Hildebrand. Our supplications cannot have escaped the Great One's notice. May it be enough to receive an audience. O Great One, may I abide ever beneath your boughs, embraced by your compassion, grace, and wisdom. Be still the fear within your heart, and know that I am your faithful servant. All feeling, passing corruption, refreshed, renewed green, flesh restored. Child of child, covenant honored, friend, friendship, peace. It worked. The Great One speaks through the Elder Seedseer. We were right to follow Joran's example. The corruption is but one aspect of a greater threat. We beseech your help to slay Gleipnir. Profanity's spawn, despair's orphan, sadness and anger. Sadness, death's prayer, one and all. Poison potent, wounds unmending, withering bark, no strength to share. After all we have done, you deny us? After all the Elder Seedseer has endured? She has pledged herself to you, devoted her life to the Twellswood. The people cried out for salvation, and she answered. The elementals cried out for deliverance, and she answered. Only you can help us now. If you do not, then we are lost. She is lost. Please, I beg you. We beg you. Ooh. What are you doing here? We've been dependent on the Seedseers all our lives, blaming them whenever something goes wrong, without ever considering what we might do ourselves. Aye, but no longer. The Elder Seedseer has gone to incredible lengths for her people, and so her people have come to return the favor. Her plea alone is not convincing enough, then we will raise our voices in support. We couldn't let them make the journey without protection. That, and we couldn't let them put us to shame. We too have come to stand with the Elder Seedseer and beseech the Great One for aid. We all want the same thing, don't we? Peace restored to the forest. So please, share what you can, however little. Do not forsake us. Do not forsake her. Kane, Covenant's child, walks with man, with elemental, keeper of ancient faith, unbroken, cannot, will not break faith, to man render up flesh. Then you agree to help us? Flesh branches. Take and join to oldest elders, renew bond as one stir. Rise up, raise up to heaven's covenant symbol, our staff. All join, all bloom, all peace. My duty weighed heavy on my heart. So heavy that at times I scarce remembered to breathe. For days and nights I worried that I would be found wanting. But by your faith and trust has the path forward been revealed to us. You came hither, united in purpose, and bared your hearts before the Great One. Nay, Gridania is forever in your debt.
Lots of little bridge.
May I rely on you all once more. I bid you take these branches to every corner of the Twelveswood and join them to the eldest trees, that we might finally win free of this despair. It shall be done, Elder Seedseer. We swear it. Once the trees have been bound together in spirit, I shall carry out the Great One's final instruction, and cast its cleansing power across the Twelveswood. Yet I must remind you, my friends, that Gleipnir still stalks the forest, and will not remain idle. It will attempt to stop us. Go with hope in your hearts, but do not lose sight of the danger. Oh, how hopeful. I like that. I admit, for a moment I thought it wouldn't work, but the Elder Seedseer moved not only the hearts of the people, but that of the forest itself. Her final task appears to be a bit more complicated than the Great One made it sound, and so she must scour the ancient texts before the time comes, and consult the Seedseer Council to make sure it all goes according to plan. It's just as well. Still need to wait until the others have joined the Great One's branches to the many ancient trees scattered throughout the Twelveswood. Then, of course, there is the matter of Gleipnir. It will not go peacefully as we work to hasten his demise. When he comes, we must be ready. Oh my gosh, here it is. It's time! It's time for me to get my tank to level 90! Alright, let's see. Naval Extreme, Whirl Eater Extreme. Alright, guess we're going into the Whirl Eater. Alright. Their selection. Unrestricted. Trials. Number 1. Ready for this? We go to grind thingy. I was not paying attention. Alright, here's the part I actually have to pay attention to. Kill you. bother? Nah. Alright. I prefer doing the navel, so I'm gonna reset it for the navel. I only need to do this 2 more times. We can swap back to Dark Knight and continue. Alright, last one. This is so exciting. I'm kind of like super stoked. This is something I never thought would happen. I didn't think I was ever going to get a tank to 90 because I've been so scared of tanking. I'm about to be... I have a level 90 tank. I will have one of each roll at 90. At least one. I should time. No lines. Sad day. Dark Knight. Here we go. Okay, so now we go to Shire. I really hope this is enough total. I'm not good at math. I think it should be enough. I don't care about missing out on the Elegant Tombstones or anything, I just want it. Yay, it's Mr. Dimma! Can Chloe tell you something? Chloe's been waiting for you for such a long time. Almost forever. Chloe thinks your stories are the bestest stories in the whole wide world. Hand over a journal. There are a lot of stories, but they just seem so, like, not, like, connected with each other or anything. But Chloe knows you tried your bestest for her, so here, take this. Chloe still likes you a lot, you know? For all the stories, Dimma. Chloe knows you have more stories in you, so please come back and tell me more, okay? I did it! I did it! Level 90 Dark Knight! I did it! I did orange on each one. They would go cry. I'm so proud. I did it. I did it. Straight line before you. Let's finish up this tank quest. And tomorrow, likely I'll have another one. This paladin's almost there too. I'm gonna go from having expected never to have any tanks 90 to 2. I'm smiling so much my face hurts right now. I feel so dumb that I'm crying over this. This is amazing. I'm a 90 tank. I'm a 90 tank. Okay. Alright. That's enough of that. Let's continue. A path unveiled. Keeper of the Entwined Serpents is pleased to see you. Impeccable timing as always, Dimma, but moments ago the Elder Seed Seer sent word to go and fetch you. She's already on her way and will explain everything herself when she arrives. The children of the Twelveswood, both Moogle and man alike, have sallied forth, branches in hand, to the far reaches of the forest. Soon their task shall be completed. Though the shadow of death yet looms large, they do not allow despair into their hearts. They hold fast to their faith in a brighter future. We shall see their hope rewarded, and by the grace of the elementals, consign these grim days to memory. We need only succeed in summoning the Ermin Hedge. You may recall the Great One's words were muddled and esoteric. I believe it was an instruction to carry out this esoteric ceremony in order to expunge the corruption befouling the forest, and the once tainted earth may begin to mend. For you see, when the Ermin Hedge last was formed, it was to protect the Twelveswood from the threats without. The Great One acted as guardian, embracing the woods to shield them as father would his child. On this occasion, however, we will call upon it to nourish and revitalize as mother nourishes her child to make them strong against sickness. In channeling the power of the elementals in this way, we can stem the spread of Gleipnir's poison, and the scars of its passing will finally heal. At least, that was what the Great One intended to say, I believe. The Seedseer Council agrees with my interpretation and has permitted me to perform the ceremony. I have in my possession a single branch, the final one to be attached to the eldest tree of the Twelveswood. For all that you have done to aid us this far, I ask you to accept this honor. Who better to set the final stone in this new foundation for everlasting peace? You who have sacrificed so much for the sake of others. If we had even a sliver of your courage, we could move mountains. Thank you, my friend. We will find the tree of which I spoke in front of the Leatherworkers Guild. Let us depart. Huh. The Leatherworkers Guild. Dim started out as a lancer, so he started in Britannia. My first ever crafting class. My first ever crafting class that I picked up was Leatherworker. Coming full circle. Of all the class quests to make things come full circle, didn't expect it to be this one. But I like it. I'm very happy. Look to the boughs above, and you will see a spot where the bark has been discolored by age and the elementals. There you must affix the branch. Am I climbing? You ascend the ancient trunk and affix the branch of the guardian tree to the weathered bark as directed by the elder seedseer. I'm climbing, little sea cat. You're quite the climber. And with that, all preparations are now complete. Let us return to the guardian tree and with the aid of the Great One deliver salvation to the whole of the Twelveswood. Oh dear. But this is stressful, isn't it? I'm getting a little bit lightheaded, which I assume means that I need to go to bed shortly after this. But I am going to finish this quest first. Been through all this, gotta see it to the end. Oh, here we go. Surprised this is the only, real combat scenario we've seen. It is truly Aesera's lingering resentment for the elementals that drives the blasphemy, then it will surely come. For the sake of the man he was, I must try to appeal to his reason. But should I fail, then we will have no recourse but to fight. Regardless, this day we shall bid farewell to Gleipnir. Here we go. I forgot to equip my level 90 gear. Oh well. Through the branches of the guardian tree, the Twelveswood is become as one. In summoning the ermine hedge, every elm of these sacred lands will be imbued with the Great One's nourishing aether. The forest will be empowered to heal itself, to break free of Gleipnir's despair. The ceremony is complex and delicate, and I must maintain focus. I trust you will do what is necessary to see that I am not interrupted. Gleipnir comes. Defend the Elder Seedseer. Blasphemy. Are the elementals so deserving of your scorn? Do you hate me too, for my horns? I knew a boy once, a boy who called them gifts, symbols of the blessings he resolved to share with the world. Yet the beast before me now brings naught but misery and death, marks its victims with chains to bind and condemn, to share in its suffering. I was not there for you then, but I am here for you now, to unmake what you have become. I shall begin the ceremony. Stand fast and remember what we fight for. I'm gonna need to throw everything out of this thing. I don't have the gear for it. Oh gosh. Turn. Oh dear. thing, I'm hardly damaging it. Supposed to damage it if I can, like, defeat it if I can not damage it. It's just my job to prove it. Oh gosh. We take it all. Aether. Come on, you pitiful beast, let us see the contents of your innards. Your embraced shields. And cleanse the corruption from our home.
By the grace of the elementals! By the light of the crystal! hurts.
Oh gosh. Sorry! I got so into Gamer Zone in that oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I did it. I beat him as a tank! As a squishy tank! Your sacred soil and azure skies, may your compassion flow and swell to banish the darkness. Receding terror, blissful quiet. Blessing, covenant preserved, now and always, child of child. Honor and gratitude, unending. For we as well honor and gratitude unending. We could not have overcome the blasphemy without your aid. In your everlasting grace, I pray you continue to guide we children of the forest. In your boundless mercy, I pray you forgive the lost and forsaken who succumb to despair. You too, my dear Aesera. Promise I shall never forget your words of wisdom. Ours is indeed a gift and a blessing, and a duty to our people I will uphold. Until my final breath, This I swear. Damn, put that parasol away. Thank you, Dimma. The great cleansing could not have succeeded without you. The blight has been purged, and the blasphemous beast which bore it laid low. The sacred wood that once held its breath in fear now breathes a long sigh of relief. I must return to Gridania and my regular duties as Elder Seedseer. But I should be glad if you could call upon me there. That is, if I may impose upon you one final time. Thank you. I promise not to detain you at length. Let us meet again at the Lotus Stand. Slowly cleaning up all the mess, one by one. One day, all the blasphemies will be gone. We finished 3 of them now. We've only got a few more to go. But those will probably be a little bit longer on account of low levels. I gotta get one of them up. The Elder Seedseer awaits you within. Shall I escort you to her? Proceed to the Lotus Stand. I shall probably, from here on out, as I level up, hit the Shadowbringers role quests before the Endwalker ones as well. The Great One's aether flows all throughout the 12-foot, purging the last vestiges of Gleipnir's poison. The surviving wounded are no longer in danger and have begun to recover at long last. We have much cause to rejoice, in no small part because of you, my friend. On behalf of Gridania and myself, allow me to thank you yet again for your tireless efforts in bringing Gleipnir to heal. You went above and beyond the call of duty for the sake of our people and their homeland. You were inspiring to behold, and not for the first time, I must say. Forgive me, Elder Seedseer, but with this crisis behind us, I would suggest a new course of action. Oh? And what would that be? Rest. In all our time together, I have never seen you so hard-pressed. Surely you are weary and could benefit from a brief respite? I appreciate your concern, my friend, but I cannot, will not. One day, perhaps, but not this day. But Elder Seedseer, recent events have given me cause to reflect upon my past, upon lessons that I once thought I had taken to heart. When I did not yet understand the duty with which I had been entrusted, and these horns of mine were but chains binding me to a destiny I did not choose. 'Twas Eosura who taught me to appreciate the gift I had been given. Had he not been there to help me keep to the proper path, where would my errant feet have taken me instead? He was perhaps the first, but he would not be the last. My brother and sister and countless other kind souls, through their word and their support, have also helped me to continue to find a way forward, even when I thought there was none. 'Tis by opening our hearts to one another that we, in turn, open new paths, that we can conceive of greater opportunities and brighter futures. All who live within Gridania are deserving of these gifts, and so I must always be there for them, that together we may journey in safety through darkest night. Darkest night. Not tempted to live wild and free like an adventurer? You don't desire a life for yourself outside of your duties. It is not without its appeal. I recall fondly the few occasions I have traveled beyond. Our time together in the churning mists left a lasting impression. If ever there came a time when I no longer serve as Elder Seedseer, I should very much like to accompany you on another adventure. Regardless of what the future has in store, my present course is clear. So long as we Podstals serve as a bridge between man and elemental, Gridania can weather any storm. And so I will continue to walk hand in hand with my people and my patrons, along a path that we discover together. Awesome. Though the blasphemy is no more, there are still administrative matters to resolve. If it is not too much to ask, could you bring word of these recent events to our delegate and Rods at home? It has been an honor and a pleasure, my friend. May the elementals watch over and keep you. We did it. We completed a role quest and got my first tank to 90. Tonight has been an eventful night indeed. Definitely. My friend has been leveling this class with me for so long, both of them. And I cannot thank them enough. I wouldn't have any of my tanks at anywhere near this level if it wasn't for them. So, I appreciate my friend very much. Welcome back. Stop sticking your hand through my chest. Thank you. I pray you have brought glad tidings. Dim, stop sticking your hand through a sword. Gleipnir is slain? You've brought joy to me on an otherwise uneventful day. Of course, I had complete faith in your success, but had begun to worry ever so slightly when you did not return as quickly as I anticipated. I shall report your success to the envoys at once. If we have further need of you, I pray you will answer our call. I did it! We can now dye the job-specific gear for level 90 tanks. Oh yeah, I forgot about that! More than death. New chapter, new game plus. Complete the quest, A Path Unveiled. Wait. More than death, more than guilt, more than loss, more than loneliness, more than fear. That's really cool. Okay, so we have 2 left. We have physical range DPS. And magical range DPS. Okay. Oh, right! We did the healer with Sage! And dumbass forgot. What the heck happened in the healer one? I need to remember this now. Right! I remember it now. That's the other one I was remembering. Now that I am level 90... Yay! I look goofy as shit! But I have a radiant sword. Oh, let me actually... I have a house now. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my stuff. And you can see what my house looks like from the outside so far. There it is. That's all you get to see. Come and find it sometime if you can. Now, I believe you do not have what I need, but you do have a coal sword. I'm going to retrieve that. I am not going to retrieve that. Apparently I have 2 of them. Who has... Didn't I stick my level 90 gear on someone? I did not. Okay, so apparently this is all the level 90 gear I got. Well, with that, I am going to bid you all a very fond good night. I am worn out. It is an hour past my usual bedtime. I need to get to sleep. So, thank you all for coming along on this adventure with me. I hope to see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.